real out of them. You ain't trying to shit. Especially us, like my age, we know what's up. But we finna start right now.
For sure.
Welcome back to popolitickin.com, your home for self-help meets hip-hop. This is a special episode. Damn, I'm like my echo in. This is another episode of Wrestling_Hip-Hop. So make sure you check that out. It's on Anchor. All my episodes of Wrestling_Hip-Hop is on Anchor. So 1, 2, 1, 2. I'm in the place to be with Compton Mania, brother. Oh yeah. Showtime from Compton Mania. What's up, man?
Man, I'm blessed, man. How are you, bro? What's the deal? Thank you for having me.
Yeah, no doubt. I think this is really like our second interview. We should just record that first one.
This was supposed to happen like 2 months ago. My fault. Look, my computer. I still ain't got my computer fixed. I haven't had time. I just been ripping and running and stuff like that. But when you said the Zoom thing, I'm like, I could do that.
All right. So we just want to kind of take us back how we was talking before. Just tell us let us know about you first, but even before we talk about the wrestling and Compton Mania. So just tell us about your background, Deshawn.
My background is I was born and raised in Compton, California. I went to Long Beach, Jordan. At Long Beach, Jordan, I wind up getting into theater arts, and that's where I began to find my love. Like it was in entertainment. From that, I started off with acting, improvisations, and then I started doing like music, hip hop, rap. Then I got into comedy, and then through comedy, I started meeting a lot of different people. But then as you're going through the journey of life, you go through comedy, you start like growing up and seeing what's going on in the world and stuff. And like I fell into a depression for a little bit. I didn't do comedy for like 3 or 4 years. I just didn't see anything funny. Then I back in 2018, I was like, you know what? It's time for me to refine myself. So I had did a comedy show in my backyard called The Art of Storytelling. And from that point on, like I felt like I conquered all my demons. I felt like I got reconnected to my inner child. And I let my inner child speak. And my inner child was like, what if we brought wrestling to Compton? So everything else is a wrap.
This is up. So then how did Compton Mania start?
After I did that comedy show, like I just remember like sitting down after it was over. I tried to do an hour special. I had wrote an hour special. I had like other people performing before I went up, but I had them at 35 minutes. I had them. So I was like, you know what? I'm finna bow out right now. Like I've already won. Mm-hmm. And the last time I had did like a 30-minute special, it was trash. And that was one of the reasons that made me want to quit comedy, because comedy is one of those things that if you don't bring your A game, or if you like, for me, my cousin was like, yo, I got this party. I want you to do comedy. I'm gonna pay you for it. This was going to be like a major pay, like to do like 30 minutes. So she was gonna give me $250. That's a, got like that kind of, I'm like $250. Oh shit. I got to take it. But it was 2 days away. So, and I've done 7 minutes consistently. I've done 10, I've done 15. 15 is the most. So going up there, I had a 10. My 10 minutes was, and it went from to, and it was a black audience. And I don't care where you from, the black audience crucify your ass.
If you ain't funny.
Man, and then it was one of those things too, where you get kind of butthurt. Am I going to get mad at somebody? How am I going to respond? I just took it. As soon as I got that money, I got the hell up out of there fast in a mug.
They still paid you?
Oh yeah, she paid me. She looked out. It's family. Like she paid, and she was thinking about, yeah, you want to go back on? I'm like, hell no, I got my money and left because I didn't want to get on stage no more. Like I really was like, I'm fucking done with this shit. Like because
I mean, was it something was it like the fans hating, or just you saying
they wasn't hating? I wasn't fully prepared. Shit, I was prepared for like 10 minutes. You know what I'm saying? And the other stuff I had just made up the night before. You know what I mean? It wasn't like, it was just bad. And I knew it was bad. I mean, you can't sit over here and get mad at somebody else because you're not good. You know what I mean? You're not good because you didn't have enough time to prepare. And plus, I didn't believe in myself. At that time, I didn't believe that I was naturally funny. I felt like I had to be funny. And that's when you're totally not funny. Because people, especially black audiences, they be like, yeah, nigga, no. Not funny. Like,
they be heckling your ass hard as
hell. Man. But that's one of the hardest things ever, man. I done shows where I seen other comedians, they bomb, they want to kill themselves. Like, it's real. It's not no joke, because that's why you got to prepare. You got to know your material. You got to know your rhythm. You got to know your time. You got to get to know the audience. You got to know that you might kill in one audience, but then when you go to a different audience, you got to tailor it. You got to feel it. You got to connect. You know, so all those different things, they matter. And when you don't do that, you will suffer.
That's what's up. So then we was talking about Compton Mania, but you was telling me about the Rams too. I know you're a Rams fan.
Oh yeah, that's why I got my Compton Mania jersey in my Ram colors. Season ticket holder for the Rams, been a Rams fan since '89.
Damn, okay.
Jackie Slater, number 78. I used to have his trading card. The first team that my uncle was a Pittsburgh Steelers fan.
Yeah.
And he used to always root for him hard. And I used to root for the Steelers too, until one day I got up late, because you already know, because they were still a LA Rams. So that game was at 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
So when I got up, I seen these beautiful colors on the screen. I'm like, I'm going for the Parrots, my nigga. He said, hey, that's the Rams, man. And they from LA. And ever since then, I was a Ram fan. And even when they were trash as hell, when we had Mr. Fumble, Tony Banks, who will fumble the ball. Bro, I remember we had the 49ers, I think it was 12 to nothing. And I think it was like the fourth quarter. And they came back and beat us 15 to 12. And I'll never forget, the announcer said, this was like a win for the Rams. I started crying like, man, that's why I hate the 49ers to this day. I'll never forget the day they made me cry when we were up 12. Lost by 3. Ugh.
I used to like Eric Dixon, though.
Oh, ED, man. ED was the man. I actually seen him a couple of times at our tailgate. Sometimes he come where the RWO is and he has like barbecue, talk his little mess. ED is so cool, man. He's so cool, man. He's so down to earth. So is Leroy Irvin. Leroy Irvin is just cool as hell. Vince Ferragamo was cool. What's his name? Jim Everett. He's so quirky, so tall, so cool.
That shit was crazy. Like, that dude kept calling him Chris. Like, don't call him
Oh,
Chris.
yeah.
Jim Rome, he whooped that ass.
Jim Rome. He was
that was disrespectful, though.
Jim Rome ass.
That was disrespectful as shit. He told you don't call him that shit. You kept calling him that shit.
Yeah. I mean, because one thing about Jim Everett, when you look at his face, he just looks like a corny white dude. But he's not no little white dude. He's a big dude. And
I would say, so what about when it was the greatest show on turf?
Oh, the greatest show on turf to me was like a dream. I remember watching Angels in the Outfield. No cap, bro. That boy prayed that the Angels could win a pennant so he can see his dad. And I said the same prayer, like, I want the Rams to win a Super Bowl. God, if you real, let me see. I didn't even watch football in early 2000s. The first, I think we were 5-0. I didn't watch no games. I'm like, they're going to be losing. I didn't gave up on the team. I'm like, they just trash. I'll root for them. But then next thing you know, I think we wind up, I forgot who the first loss was. But then after that, we still kept winning. And I'm like, we're winning? We're going to the playoffs. Go to the playoffs. The first team we play is the Minnesota Vikings. That was a scary game. They had Randy Moss, Chris Carter. They had
who was the quarterback? Culpepper or Cunningham?
That's a good question. It probably was Cunningham at first in early 2000, maybe. I don't know, or maybe it was Culpepper. That's a good ass question. I know they had Robert Smith, I think, as a running back.
Yeah,
if I'm not mistaken. But I thought we were going to lose that game. And when we beat Minnesota, I'm like, yeah, we finna beat everybody. Then we played Tampa Bay, and I thought we lost, bro. And my guy, Ricky Pro, baby, Ricky Pro. Warner under pressure, got it off in time. Ricky Pro oh, man. And I was like, we're going to the Super Bowl. And my cousin Tyrone, when we were playing the Titans, and I just remember watching that game, and I'm just like, I remember seeing my uncle a couple of years prior to this, his Pittsburgh Steelers lose to Dallas throwing those picks, and to Darren Wilson, I think it was, number 24. I remember my uncle getting mad, throwing chairs in the house, and I was just like, man, I can't go out like that. And when the Rams won, bro, I could have cried, bro. Even though that they were St. Louis, they were still my Rams, bro. St. Louis, LA. I'm glad they back in LA because I can go to every game like I always wanted to do as a kid. Like my uncle used to say, like, I'm going to take you to the game, nephew. But yeah, he was kind of slow. He wasn't going to take me to no games. But I took him to a Rams game, though. The last year they were in St. Louis, we drove up to Levi Stadium. Levi is a new stadium, right?
I want to say, yeah.
Yeah, Candlestick is their old stadium. Yeah, we drove.
Oh, yeah, you're talking about 49ers. Yeah.
We went to Levi. We had Todd Gurley his rookie year. He didn't play that last game. It was like January 3rd or some shit. And we lost, but it was fun. That was my first game.
Yeah, so describe your first Compton Mania event.
First Compton Mania event. It's a blur. It's a blur because I remember when I first started telling people that I was going to do it. And I was capping. You know, I had the little green character, the motherfucking man character. And I was telling people I'm finna bring this shit to the hood. And I remember my pop's homeboy, Quick. He's like, cuz on a bunch of cribs, cuz that shit fake, cuz you should stick to the comedy, cuz you just did a dope ass comedy show.
He already knew, huh? He that's the family you need, though. You need the ones that gonna tell you what's up, cuz they're gonna push you.
Man, and he's like, cuz. Ooh. And he said it out of love, and I took it out of love. But I'm a type of person, you tell me something, I look at it like, I'm finna fuck you up now. Now I'm going to have to show you that I'm going to, and I was capping though, I was playing, but I was serious. I was like, I want to see if I could actually do this. But when he said, stick to the comedy, something inside of me was like, I'm finna fuck him up. I'm finna fuck him up. So what happened was, when we started developing this, I called Sean Black. I said, yo, bro, I know you got your own wrestling situation. What do I need to do to create my own wrestling show? He was like, first you got to get a ring. So went through all that, decorated it real smooth. So the day of the show, we coming out and I'm looking around. I'm like, okay, you know, what's going to happen? My pops and them come out the back door of the house, and Quick comes back. He's like, cuz, why you didn't tell me? On a bunch of cribs. I could have brought the whole family, cuz. I said, I did tell you. He was like, but cuz, I didn't know you was going to do it like this. I thought it was just going to be some niggas in the backyard with no ring. Like on the grass with it. Like, cuz, like, what is this? On a bunch of cribs. So that right there. And then my pops kept telling me, hey, make this a business. Make this a business. Make this a business. Make this a business. I'm like, I don't even know nothing about business. I'm trying to do comedy and stuff. And when we set up the booth and when people start coming in, I had my neighbors, like, they were like I'm so proud of you. I had my other Mexican neighbors, they was sitting on they kids was sitting on a car watching over the fence. It was a lady in the shower looking out her back window like, what the why is she showering? Just like, whoa. People walking up and down the block, and while we calling play by play, I'm sitting over here like, what the fuck is happening here? And from that point on, like I just after the end of the show, my pops was like, look, it's gonna get bigger, make it a business. I'm like, nah. Sean was like, yo, we got to do another show. We got to do another show. I'm like, nigga, this show ain't even over yet. And it costs money to put on these wrestling shows. It's like if I do a comedy show, I don't have to spend that much. You know, a wrestling show, it's gonna cost you an arm, a leg, maybe even the kidney, depending on what you got to sell, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm over here donating plasma. I'm collecting my cans and bottles. Like, so Sean Black is like, don't trip. The next one, I got the ring, I got this, I got that. So we had like a Christmas show. And it wound up being like 80 people in my backyard. It was bigger than the first. So if we did it again, we wouldn't be able to do it in my backyard no more.
I was saying, was you getting like the license and everything back then?
Hell no. License to what? Nigga, look, hey, I don't care. Like everybody that see this, look, I'm a hustler. Like I didn't have no license. We have vendors. Probably some of these vendors wasn't even I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I was like, look, I didn't even charge vendors, which was really stupid, but I didn't know business. You know, I just wanted something hype. I wanted to give the kids something that I had, but something that they can actually come touch, feel, be a part of. Like growing up, like my dad was from Palmer Block, Compton Crip, and so was my mom. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, my dad was like a big time D-boy, you know what I'm saying? Still known in the hood, and he been gone since 87. You know, like that's how much of an OG Pops was. So it's like, you know, mom's went through her struggles and shit. So the things that kept me solid was my uncle, which he always kept me watching wrestling and football. So it was like Rams was my team and it was wrestling. So it's like I wanted to basically bring that to the community and create opportunities for the community and like just be something. Like it would be like, I just think about in my life, like if young Sean would have got to meet the Ultimate Warrior. You know how many times I used to paint my face different colors and try to do the thing? How many times I used to rip my t-shirt?
I don't know. I got Ultimate Warrior tattoo. You just probably see it.
I see. Oh, and the old WWE logo.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I was like, damn, Ultimate Warrior kind of time. I don't know about Ultimate Warrior a little bit, but I still fuck with him.
You know, somebody else
doing them lectures, he lost me.
Yeah, that's what somebody else was saying. They was like, Ultimate Warrior's a Republican. He's a jackass. He's this. I'm like, bro, that's not the Ultimate Warrior.
That's the real person. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about the character. The Ultimate Warrior. I'm able to separate the person and the character. I don't give a fuck about his life. Well, like, I mean, not like that. I don't mean it like that.
I was gonna say, but shit, now like you know, like say like CM Punk. They be trying to make it where they the same person. You know what I'm saying? They try to make it where they ain't no difference. So that's what I know a lot of wrestlers on now.
CM Punk is probably the same character as he is person.
Probably. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So that's why it's like it's hard for now. I mean, it wasn't like that before, but now it seems like more wrestlers are trying to make it being themselves a little bit, or just themselves turned up a little bit.
Yeah, because CM Punk, I know some people don't like him, but he seemed like he would be like, I feel like me and him will get along and we will talk shit to each other all day long. I feel like me and Punk would be cool. I feel like I can get along with a lot of people, but I feel like even though Punk got that asshole-ish kind of mentality that people think, but I feel like I could fuck with Punk. I feel like Punk could be cool. I don't know if, Punk would be, I don't know. I'm guessing, but that I could be wrong. Because he just seems like a thoughtful person, though, to me. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he may be an asshole to some people think, but I just feel like even when he had his run in WWE, where he was like, okay, I'm advocating for myself, but damn, what about Daniel Bryan?
You remember, did you hear that shit about R-Truth? What he said about him?
What R-Truth say?
And I guess they had this clip come up back in I don't know. I guess since he came back, they were showing his old clips, and they had this one part on it where he was all mad about R-Truth and the Miz beat him at like a SummerSlam back in the day, and he was saying he was so high, he was white hot that he shouldn't have lost. And then R-Truth just responded to it now, and he was like, man, he said, I ain't never really think too much of you. He was like, the reason the Miz and R-Truth won is because we was hotter than you. He was like, it was typical entitlement for you. And I was like, damn, R-Truth don't never talk like that. So I was like, R-Truth talking like that? So I was like, I was like, man, like he was good, but man, he trying to make that shit like he was a rock or something. He wasn't that, because the thing that kind of held Punk back, to my opinion, is he didn't look the part. He was too damn like regular ass looking. He like a regular ass dude in the streets. Like, man, ain't nobody, you gotta look that part a little bit too sometimes, in my opinion. Like if you like Bobby Lashley, Brock Lesnar, they look like they're gonna beat your ass. Like for real, for real. If you say like a regular ass looking dude, it's like, and that's what Vince McMahon is looking at, because Vince McMahon is trying to take you to the next level. He's trying to have you in movies, sell you merch, you the face of the company. So it's like you got to look that shit all the way sometimes. And I think he was lacking on that part.
I don't disagree, because one thing I can say about him, he didn't have the best body. I mean, he, you know, to me is his mouthpiece. His mouthpiece, to me, takes him to the next level. Now, R-Truth, to me, physically wise, he's built like a freaking, my God.
That's what I'm saying. So I'm looking at R-Truth. R-Truth got all the shit. We just sleeping on R-Truth because his shit. But if you really look at R-Truth, how long he been doing this shit, that's why I was like, R-Truth said that shit. It's some dirt.
WWE made me mad when R-Truth had the cigarette gimmick going.
Yeah.
And when the little Jimmy thing first started, I was like, yo, he'll be a perfect heel champion. Like, do it now. Pull the trigger. And then they just made him look weak again. I didn't like that.
I see what they doing. Like, he's still a Hall of Famer, even if he never wins the belt.
Yeah,
he's basically like a Coco Beware. Like, he's like a modern day Coco Beware somewhere. Like, he don't need the belt, really.
But
the fans behind him so much, he don't never need the belt to be over. Like, he over just when he come out. When he come out, he's over already. So it's like,
I agree, but we needed him to be over.
Yeah,
that's it. You know what I'm saying? And that right there, that's something like, you know, I don't like we. When I mean we, I'm talking about this skin color.
Yeah.
We had no representation. When Mark Henry won the title, I was so happy. 15 years, but I'm like, no. I want him to have that other belt though. I know you're trying to give him that. Yeah,
but you remember, I think R-Truth was the first black person. Well, not the first, but he was the first since like Ron Simmons to win the NWA belt. In TNA, he won it, but he didn't win in WWE or nothing.
Yeah, but nah, fuck all that. No, not no NWA, not no ECW, none of that. I want the main heavyweight title. Now, the cold part about it, huh?
Which one is that one?
The one that was spinning, the one John Cena had when they had the WCW belt and the spinner belt.
Yeah.
Nah, give him that spinner belt. I know the tradition behind this, but let him get this one. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I was really particular about that because I felt like that was one of the reasons why I'm just like, nah, man, I'm out of here. And then I started becoming like a lot of fans where you complain about everything. And I said, you know what? It gets on my nerves when fans be complaining about the product, but they gonna go back and watch it again. So I was just like, I'm not watching this shit.
Jeez.
You know what I mean? Like,
I'm gonna say so. Then, so what would you say now? You had Lashley win the belt. Then you had, you had Kofi Kingston win the belt. Then Lashley got the belt. Now, I think they got the main belts.
I mean, now I'm not even complaining. They can do whatever they want. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm so far gone. Like, my love for WWE will never dissipate because I love the old WWE when it was WWF too. So anything that they do new, nothing will ever amount to that. Even my own company. Because you got to think, my company sits on the shoulder of what I saw as a kid. So I hold that holy. So what I'm doing now, of course, I'm more like, it's mine. I love this thing. To me, it's the greatest thing ever, but it's not going to have me because WWE kept me alive back then. But as I got older, where it left me is when you become a teenager, you know, I'm going to schools. The reason why the explosion happened in the Attitude Era is because you got a lot of hood kids that's got to go through 25 different gangs before they even get to the school or back home. So you got to put on a persona like a Stone Cold Steve Austin. You got to put on, I mean, for real. And that's the bottom. Like, you got to have that, you know, if you The Rock, you got to lay the smack it down. If you the Undertaker, you got to be the dead. It was like personas that you could use for survival. Once we got past that era, it was kind of like, what is this? Like, you know, it just didn't relate to me. It's not that Vince or WWE isn't good. It wasn't relating to what I was going through. So, and me and my homeboy, we used to talk over like a lot. And we will talk about different wrestling storylines, and he'll ask me like, well, what do you think about this? I'm like, man, they should have did blah, 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 blah. He was like, one day, do you ever think you'll be a writer for WWE? I'm like, I don't know, because what I hear from Vince and the way how he talked to people, I'm not finna let nobody talk to me like that. I don't give a fuck who you are. You know what I'm saying? Like you're not finna talk to me like that. I don't give a shit how much money you got. Are you frozen?
No, I'm here.
Okay.
Okay, so what's your far as like, what about your company storylines and stuff?
Oh, you want me to tell you one of them, or
yeah, I'm saying, how do you come up with them? How do you put them into your you know, just how do you incorporate your storylines and stuff? You was talking about that. I want to know that.
First, you want to get to know the characters. You want to get to know the characters. You want to get to know, who is this character? Why did you create this character? What's the motivation behind this character? What did you get it from? All these different things. You ask all these questions. And then I ask, what your family think about it? Oh, and it's like, okay. And then I think, okay, so if this character was in Compton right now, what grocery store would this character go through? You know what I mean? Would this character go to church? What school would this character go to? And it's so crazy because it's like, I'll really be asking these questions. You know what I'm saying? And then I'll be like, okay, so bet if I had Hulk Hogan right now in a blood neighborhood, how would Hulk Hogan act? So that's what's going to make it relevant to my fan base, to my people, that every day, and I'm not just talking about Black, I'm talking about everybody that's in that hood radius. You know, from this point on, say if we in Flint, Michigan, everybody here probably got to boil their water. This is not even real. I'm just making up shit. So everybody here got to boil their water. So let's create a storyline that everyone around here can relate to. Everyone in this area, what do they feel like? They having problems maybe with government. So, okay, let's create that in a storyline. And it ain't going to be nothing like what's going on, but it's going to be like everything what's going on. Same thing with Compton, my city. There's a lot of corruption. There's a lot of like, you know, all kind of that going on. So in Compton Mania, we have some corruption. You know, you have like different stuff that people can relate to. Our champion, Rancho Camacho, he's Mexican and he's proud. You know, like he talked about like when his father first seen him, his father was so proud, like, wow. So every time, like wrestling isn't something that he do for chicks. He don't do it for likes. He don't do it for attention. He's a wrestler because he knows that when he does this, he represents his family. It's for la raza. It's lucha for the people. It's not just for his people. It's everybody. A place where you can bring your family, everything. He loves Compton Mania. So it's just like he's willing to damn near lay his life on the line because it means that much to him. So a character like that, that's fully Mexican, wears the Mexican flag with some blue jeans and some boots on. Who can't relate to that? You know how many Mexicans dress like that in the hood? You know how many Mexican homies I got? You know what I'm talking about? So it's like that right there, people relate to. When he comes out to La Chona and the crowd explodes, You can't top that, bro, because it's so genuine. It's like when you saw what's a great moment? Say when Denzel got that award that black people hardly never get. Him and Halle Berry won it the same night.
Oh yeah.
That felt so good as black people. We was like, nigga, we in, nigga. We in. Like, you know. So it's just stuff like that. And when I can go back to one of the things that, I mean, you know, this is me talking as a fan, not as a businessman, but my feelings were so hurt the way how they did Booker T in that Triple H situation. This dude is saying some racist
that was some bullshit right there.
And you know, him lose like that, that's unacceptable. He took a low blow. Like, come on, bro. Like, niggas ain't going out like that. And to keep it real, if that was some real shit, like keeping it real, if it happens like that, we coming with the blammers, nigga. It's a wrap, homie. That's not realistic, homie. Oh my mama, that's not realistic.
Did you see that Bianca Belair shit?
Nah. But I hear everybody talking about it.
That shit got me so goddamn mad, man. I was mad, and I knew it was gonna happen before it started happening. Cause I was like, all of a sudden Becky Lynch came out. I'm telling my wife, I was like, man, cause I already know, you know, she ain't even been wrestling or none of that shit, so you know she really ain't ready to do no goddamn full match. So I was telling my wife, I said, man, why say all of a sudden like let her knock her out real fast and win the belt like that? I said, man, this shit better not happen like that. Sure enough, man, she shook her hand and just elbowed her and did her move and beat her. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, y'all been building up Belair this whole goddamn time. They basically had her in NXT for like a year or two. She never won in that shit. Then she finally started winning and she finally got a star and they let her come in and beat her like that. I was like, hell no. That shit was so crazy, man.
I wonder if it's something backstage that happened. Was she in trouble or something? Because, I mean, let's keep it a buck. In real life, Bianca would beat the shit out of her.
That's why I got mad too. Cause I'm like, man, they already be showing the NXT combines. She always, like, even before she, like how she is now, like a couple years ago, they used to show a combine for NXT. She always won that shit.
Yeah.
Always. Beasting. So it's like, it's obvious. Man, you saw that time when she fucking picked up Sasha Belair and fucking walked. She was outside the ring. She picked that girl up like this, had her over her head, walked up the fucking steps, threw her in the ring. I was like, oh, hell no.
and to keep it a buck, she looked better than all them. I mean, she just better. Like, she's the EST for real. Like,
but they sitting there trying to hype this girl up like she fucking Stone Cold. Basically, that's what they trying to do. They trying to make her the female Stone Cold. She walking around, they talking about she the man and shit. I'm like, man, shit.
I never really, and this is no disrespect to Becky Lynch. She's a great wrestler, but I never related to her. But that don't mean she ain't great. You know what I mean? I never like.
You ain't fucking with Belair though, in my opinion.
I mean, yeah, I don't think so either. Honestly, I'm gonna mention somebody else. Like, I'm gonna tell you somebody else who had a lot of charisma, but probably wasn't the best worker, and that was Cameron. Cameron, as far as charisma wise, was so good. Charisma.
Nah, she played herself with her personality.
I know. And that's, I know.
You see Naomi still in there. She's still around.
I love Naomi.
Yeah.
I like Amber Moon, but I love Sasha Banks. Of course, Charlotte Flair. I like Becky. Not Becky. I like Bailey.
Yeah.
But I never was like a Becky Lynch fan. Never.
Oh man, I tell you who tight though. I was like, man, I ain't never seen a crowd. They had Becky. I don't know if you watch AEW, but they had Britt Baker. She from Pittsburgh. Man, they gave her the main event, and they gave the whole crowd them damn towels. Man, that crowd got so goddamn hype. I think like they was like she really from Pittsburgh, and it was like everybody she went to school with was in that crowd. But they got so goddamn hype. She was she the heel, but they was hype, boy. She probably got a louder reaction than when CM Punk came out.
See, I don't be watching man.
That shit. I ain't never saw no crowd like that when she came out. I was like, damn. I was like, what is this? Man, that shit, they got so goddamn hype for her. She bad though. She raw. She like one of the tightest wrestlers out, and she did this in real life.
You know who else I love?
Who?
Was Awesome Kong, man.
Karma. Oh yeah, she just retired. She came out there. I gotta watch it though, but she was on the NWA Empower. I guess Mickey James, they let her produce it. So she had a lot of, it was just an all-female wrestling card. But at the end, they said Awesome Kong came out to save Gail Kim, and then she told her she was retiring.
Oh man, when she had that run in WWE, I know she went to have a baby, right?
Yeah, but then she lost the baby though.
Oh.
Yeah, shit crazy.
That's somebody I would love to. I think she was just amazing. I felt like she didn't get the proper run neither. In WWE. Like,
yeah, I'd be like, man, sometimes I'd be like, I mean, I don't know. I guess I can't look at it like a fan because shit, they got to get their money. And I know that when they go to WWE, that's when they really get their bag. But sometimes I be looking at it like just like Sting, man. They still like he waited to the very end to go to the WWE, but then still when they always gonna like make you. They're not gonna elevate you like Booker T was talking about. It's like if you come from another company and you don't come from WWE, they always got to shit on you and shit, make you look garbage. So,
bro, when Triple H beat Sting, I was like, I quit.
Yeah, fuck out of here.
I was like, bro, there's no reason for Triple H to beat Sting. Triple H, nigga, you have won everything. Like you done lose, nigga. Fuck is you talking about? Like what? Like even if Sting is like, I'm gonna lose. No, fuck that. Like, really?
He lost NXT though. They said fucking Vince McMahon and Bruce Pritchard taking over that now.
Triple H is losing NXT?
Yeah, Vince McMahon took it over.
Why? That's one thing Triple H had solid.
Man, I don't know. I guess something happened. Like they released a lot of NXT wrestlers. They released like 30 of them, and then all of a sudden something came out, and Vince McMahon said, "No more indie wrestlers, no more people in their 30s that just started." And he wanted them all to look like, he said basically, if they don't look like no movie stars, he ain't signing them no more. That's like that's how NXT coming from now on. But they said no more indie wrestlers and nobody just started in their 30s and they want like movie star people looks and shit.
I feel him. That's what he wants. It's his company. He can do whatever the hell he wants. That's why I got my own company and I can do whatever the hell I want. So you ain't gonna hear no complaining for me. Hey, because Vince, I got love and respect for you. Keep doing your shit, but I don't watch it. Not no more. But I love you from the past, and I'll always love you and appreciate you for what you did for me as a kid. But Vince is right. He has his own business. He can do whatever the hell he want to do. That's exactly what I'm going to do in my company. And that right there, that's where the respect is, whether I like it or not. And that's one thing where I'm at the point too, where like opinions really don't matter. He that has the gold makes the rules, period. That's how I go. That's just the way I go. And people, it is what it is, but that's his company.
I would say so. Name some of the wrestlers that have been in Compton Mania so far.
Ooh. So we got Judius, the benevolent brother Judius. I have to say it like how Mick Foley says it. Of course, we got Rancho Camacho, Shiloh Greaves. We got Lord Bamboo, which is Caesar Black from up north. We had honestly for Slauson Slam, we had the All Hail Ugwa. We had the world's freshest tag team, Alpha Zoe and D-Dre Fresh. We had Rick Luxury. We've had Snipes. We've had Manny Mars, Candy Girl, Auntie Heidi, the God King, Boom Shasta. We've had Bovey, Matt Fuller, the Knockout Kid, Sean Black, the Urban Juggernaut, PBA, Mr. J. Washington. We've had Congo Crush. He may be coming back soon. Who else? I know I'm missing a whole bunch of people. The Rock and Rodeo Express. Darwin Finch, a lot. I
know you just had an event, right?
Yes.
So what was that about? What was the name of it?
Slauson Slam was August 29th. And it was really dope. We had a match with Jay Baptiste versus the Imminent Threat. That match was really dope because you have the Imminent Threat who's with Auntie Heidi. They got a faction called Something Wicked, and they hunted out the religious terrorist Jay Baptiste, and he was about to put holy hands on them, but they had a trick for him, and they came out on top. So that was one. We had the Isms, Manny Mars, and PBA versus the God King, Boom Shasta, Money, Power, and Respect, and the Rock and Rodeo Express. New tag team champions, Rock and Rodeo Express. Man, it was just a great night. We have the Bloodthirsty Vixen versus the Sweetest Thing Candy Girl. We had Judias versus the Urban Juggernaut Sean Black. It was actually supposed to be Cal Jack, but it wound up being the Urban Juggernaut. Card is always subject to change. And then we had DJ, the World's Freshest Tag Team versus Matt Fuller, the Knockout Kid, and the Urban Gladiator, Mr. J. Washington. And our main event was Shiloh Greaves, the Ignorant One, versus the Honcho himself, Rancho Camacho. And Rancho Camacho retained the MFM champion and still champion. I'm sorry. Was I too loud? Was I too high?
Who won the Judias match?
Judias.
Okay.
Sean Black had just came back from sickness. So he was actually going to be in the tag team match with Matt Fuller. But when the card had to change, Sean had to take one for the team, even though he was already healthy, but he still should have had another, his body had, you got to get your body back ready to go. And so he came up short. So it'd be nice to see them two go at it again when Sean is a lot more healthier and in shape. And we'll see what's up. But it was a great night. It was a celebration. I mean, the best part too was the crowd, man. The crowd. I mean, a lot of people had an amazing time. Even having undisputed world champions there rocking it out. We had the Godfather of hip hop. Lonzo was there, straight out of Compton. Yes, we had Curtis Millender from the MMA was there. Our special guest. He kind of got into it with the ism. So we got a UFC fighter that's ready to get all that smoke in Compton Mania. So we moving, man. We doing a little something, man. It's something that's really good for the community. Oh man. Honestly, like still from Slauson Slam and even from the Ghetto Gauntlet, like no lie, I'm not even capping. Like I just feel like the luckiest man in the world, bro.
Why you say that?
Like all these wrestlers, man, like I told you, like just growing up, I used to play with wrestling toys till I still play with my wrestling toys. Matter of fact, I can show you in the garage, like some toys I got right now. Anytime I was feeling like not my best, like I would play with my toys, man. And now my toys have came to life. And we talking about stars that maybe the world don't know yet. But I'm telling you, talk about Judias, you talk about Rancho Camacho, Snipes, Sean Black, all these guys, man, listen, if WWE want to do things the way that they want to do things, that's fine. Because I'll take everything that I got down here and we gonna do work. So, I mean, Vince can go after whatever he wants because, Vince got the bread. He can do whatever he wants. But I guarantee you, and this is no disrespect to Vince. You already know how much I respect him, but I guarantee you, you line Vince up with me and I have money like he got money, I will fuck him up.
So what's your vision?
I will fuck him up. And Vince is the guy, bro. I will fuck Vince up. Vince, I hope you see this. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Shit, I mean, AEW fucking him up right now. So
I will fuck AEW up.
Yeah.
I'm like seriously, like I like, so from what we have, because one thing that wrestling has not, they have not answered the inner community. They have not answered that bell, and that's fine, because I'm gonna take all the smoke. Everything that you see in pop culture or anything, it comes from the hood. Everything. And I guarantee you, I'm telling you now, this is a prophecy. This isn't me being like, I'm not being like cocky. I'm serious, because it's fact. Think about it. Fashion, even when it comes down to fashion, they know from the next 10 years what's going to be hot 10 years up in front. Bro, we doing some stuff that's revolutionary. Like just the fact, like, you can't go door to door. Like, if you WWE, you don't need to go door to door. We going door to door. When I was in sales, the number one way to make money, face-to-face fundraising. You can pay all this money online, which is good. The reason why I do a lot of paying online is because I don't have the time to have the foot traffic. But if foot traffic, I will fuck Vince up. Show-wise. Now, he gonna pack out a building. I can't fuck with him yet. But give me about like 3 years. I'll fuck with him. Mm-hmm. But Vince is the bar, though. And AEW too. I want all the smoke, bro. Mm-hmm. All of it. And it's all love and respect. It's not no disrespect. It's a competitive fire. But you need those. They the OGs. Same thing with the Ring of Honor. You know what I'm saying? Them the OGs.
I think I asked you before though, but you been checking out Game Changer Wrestling yet?
No, as a matter of fact, my boy Justin Lack, he comes to every Compton Mania show. I think he's getting it on Saturday. And I will be over there watching it, because I want to watch more. I want to watch more wrestling though.
Yeah, that shit raw. Yeah, I like them, man. I said I think I was telling you about Major League Wrestling too. They pretty good.
No, I'm not talking about those companies. Those companies are those companies are diamonds in the rough. I'm just talking about Vince and them. Those companies, even like Hell Ugwa, they way ahead of us right now. You know what I'm saying? Like Hood Slam, they doing their shit. We still babies. But just saying, like, if I had, like, same thing with them, I know Ugwa or any of them feel the same way. You give us the same money with this talent and you got who you got, I guarantee you they feel the same way how I feel. You will fuck them up. You know what I'm saying? Like, and them, to me, those are the bars. Those are the guys that's the bars. Those are the guys that I gotta live up to. Those are the guys that I gotta answer to. And it is what it is.
So what's your vision for Compton Mania?
My vision for Compton Mania, short term, in 5 years, 2026, I want to sell out SoFi Stadium and break the record within 30 seconds. Like, my vision for Compton Mania is, not only is it like the best wrestling, the best production, great storylines, but it's the fact of how we're connected to the community is our competitive edge. The fact that we're involved in nonprofit organizations, the fact that we're involved in, like, getting people to vote, getting them registered to vote, do food giveaways, the fact that we getting connected to schools so we can be able to do school shows, so we can be able to create a wrestling school, and so we can be able to teach production, the science of wrestling, improvisations, everything. Like, that's the competitive edge. That right there is what's going to take us over the top. Just simple stuff like that. Like, if you become one with the people and create a community for the people, and then create a forum where it's like, say somebody down the street is having trouble for jobs, right? Well, boom, come help us move a couple of chairs. Whoopty whoop whoop whoop. We'll take care of you. We can teach you with production how to hold the camera for number one. Number two, we might be able to teach you how to edit. You can help put the ring together. I also want to go in my city and to cover up tagging. Like that can pay for some of your wrestling school. Like I listened to stories how Stone Cold would say, like when he was wrestling, he survived off of $25 or $15 and a peanut butter jelly sandwich. So it's like, for me, it's like you want to take care of the boys. We have gourmet food. Hey, my boy Macho Barbecue made sure that the boys ate some bomb ass food and we took care of them. Those type of small things, taking care of the wrestlers. So when the wrestlers go other places, they like, yo, Compton Mania took care of us. Coming from an acting background, when you go on set, they have crafty and they feed you and they're going to pay you. So if a wrestler is coming in, you have to do those things. It's not necessarily how dope you are, it's how you treat people. And that right there is different. I'm not going to come at a person like I'm Vince, because I'm not. I'm Deshawn Watkins. You know, I'm going to come at you the way how my grandma raised me. And to me, that goes a long way. If I don't agree with a wrestler, we can talk about it. You ain't got to worry about me throwing you out on Twitter or no shit like that. Like, you know, I think it's just the bare basics. Be kind to people. You know, you get what you put in. You do other people with love, they're gonna treat you back with love.
So what's next for you right now?
The world.
The world.
No, what's next is we got a show October 10th. We just came up with the date, so that's all I have for right now as far as like a date specifically. But I have like a bunch of things pending. Right after this, we got to go shoot a podcast show for Compton Mania on YouTube. So it's just taking over, man. I'm just a guy who's really passionate about what I feel like God has given me, bro. Like no cap. Like that's it, man. I just be talking my shit, man. I'm just happy because I got a purpose now.
So I would say, how the podcast going?
It's going cool. It's really interesting because we've been saying that we've been wanting to do it for the longest, and then like about a month ago, we was just like, I don't care if we got everything together, we're just gonna go. Okay, let's go. It's not even on Anchor. It's not on nothing right now. We just put it on YouTube because that's all we could do. But I got an Anchor, and we're gonna start pushing the files over. But man, the thing is, one thing I'm learning too is like you don't have to have it all together tomorrow. You know, you just put one foot in front of the other. Some things you're going to just have to learn from, and it's okay. And sometimes I used to get so caught up on when shit don't go my way. Like I'd be so pissed, like, damn, the liquor dude didn't come. How you going to say? And then the nigga comes right after the last match. Like, huh? That's unacceptable. And I'm so angry. But everybody had a good show. It would have been better if there was liquor. But guess what? So what? You'll learn. Don't use that nigga no more. You know what I mean? Like, so that's it, man. It's just, I will say this. I want to give an advice for anybody, whatever you're doing, stop being hard on yourself. Do the best you can. Wherever you fall, gather the pieces, breathe, learn from them, and do better. Because, man, I'm telling you, I was stressing, bro. Because you be trying to do a show, but you're thinking about your 10-year plan. So it's like you got this one little show, but you expect them to look like 10 years from now. Like, nigga, come back here. You know what I mean? Like, so.
You can skip the process, huh?
Yeah. And that's something that I learned from Kobe. Like, it finally clicked in this year. It's like Carpe Diem means seize the day. So stop looking 25 feet ahead. Just do the best you can. Will Smith said, lay one brick as perfect as you can, and you'll have the most perfect ball ever. You know?
All right, man. I want to thank you. Come through politicking with me.
Politicking, we did it finally. Next time I'm gonna be high. You know, it's unfair. I was not high. I was completely sober.
Oh, you ain't smoking now? You on a break again?
No, because I was gonna go to the shop, but I was like, it's 5:30. We not missing this. You get it later.
Should have got it yesterday.
Man, what happened was we smoked the last one yesterday. We went to go see my boy Justin Lack. So we had did that little Jeezy on the way to getting some alcohol. Don't do drugs or alcohol, kids. Don't do sodas and sweets. Do vegetables. Eat your vitamins. Say your prayers like Hulk Hogan used to say. And I'll do all the other crazy stuff.
Yeah, we're going to follow up with you in a couple months.
Let's do it. Hey, man, next show, you're going to have to come out, bro. And you know what? Bring all your equipment, bro, and interview whoever you want, man. You family, bro. Like, I appreciate you for having patience, for understanding. Thank you for getting me on your platform. Thank you, bro. 100%.
Yeah, appreciate it. Yeah, we're going to stay in touch, though. You want to tell me the social media and everything?
Oh, yeah. Social media at Compton Mania on Instagram, Facebook Compton Mania, or Deshawn Watkins, or Showtime Watkins, SHO space TYME space Watkins, WATKINS, and YouTube at Compton Mania News, on TikTok, Compton Mania, on Twitch, Compton Mania, on Twitter, SHO TYME 2203. And so is my other Instagram. Dang, that's a lot. www.comptonmania.com. Okay, I'm done.
So you gotta get a link tree.
Oh, you know what? I think I got something else like that, but I never used it. Jesus. Hey, help. Anybody out there that want to help Compton Mania, help is needed. Come on down. We'll talk about it.